Then World War Z is going to come out June 21st, and I think this could actually end up being a flop. But basically, it's based off the book, and it's about a zombie pandemic. And Brad Pitt's playing a United Nations employee who's trying to figure out a way to stop the pandemic. And it's based off one of my favorite books.
And they probably will do a shitty adaptation of it. And the zombies move in waves.
Apparently, the original script's closer to the book, but they rewrote it.
Why?
I don't know.
To make it more Hollywoodified?
Probably.
Hollywoodified?
Because
Yeah.
the book probably works better as a miniseries because it follows a bunch of different stories.
Yeah, that doesn't always work well for a Hollywood movie, especially if they're trying to get it with the whole typical 2 hours.
Yeah, so yeah, they I guess they're trying to focus on to create one character.
Yeah. I don't really have a strong interest to see it, but I'm also not a zombie fan. Really not. But, yeah.
I'd only check it out if the reviews say it's like decent and it's like close to the book, and I don't think it is going to be, so I'm probably going to check it out.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say it, because you've heard me say it before, I'm going to say it again. World War Z does seem like it'd be a good name for a Dragon Ball Z movie.
I know.
Right? It's fitting.
They can still have it.
They could, but, I mean, wait, are you
They
suggesting that there's going to be a good Dragon Ball Z movie?
It could be Dragon Ball or WWZ.
Yeah, I could do that. Dragon Ball Z. Wait. Okay, yeah, Dragon Ball World War Z. Yeah. That could work. But, I mean, you never know. So,
World War
besides
Z.
that, huh?
Yeah, so there's...
Besides that, you don't really, you're not looking forward to it, right? Just kind of curious. Hope they don't rape your book.
Yeah, because the book was very much about like the political and social implications of an actual zombie apocalypse, and so it takes it seriously and like looks at it through that kind of lens. And so it looks at it through very points like, well, what's going on in China? What's going on in Russia? Like in Russia, like there's kind of like this civil war and like Christian elements take over. In China, like they nuke a place, and
wow.
In America, like the East Coast gets wiped out, and there's a bunch of different stuff, and like Cuba ends up becoming a world power and stuff because it's able to secure the. There's a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, they're not going to be able to
cover that much ground on there.
It's very much like I don't know. I'm not sure how they can capture that in a film, and they're seemingly they're getting away from what made the book special,
which is unfortunate, to say the least. Yeah.
Sometimes in Hollywood, there seems to be like a mind convergence, an idea convergence. You had what's the movie Armageddon, and what's the other movie that came out with a meteor?
Deep Impact?
Yeah, Deep Impact, that came out around the same time. There's other movies like that where they're similar and they come out at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, earlier this year we had Olympus Has Fallen, which is about a movie about the White House getting taken over.
Yeah.
And on June 28th, we're going to get another White House getting taken over movie called White House Down.
So
the first one had Gerard Butler, and this one's going to have Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. And what?
You know why that's funny. You know damn well why it's funny. It's like, there's a white guy going in. There's also a black president, right?
Yeah.
So white guy's black president in this one too? I imagine.
Yeah, saving the black president.
So I'm just saying, it's kind of funny that they'd have that. It's like, really?
So okay. I'm not sure if there's like some kind of social commentary with that, like, oh, the white guy needs to save the incompetent black president or something. But I don't think that's.
I think it's just one of those things. Like, I mean, I'm going to say that I'm not going to rule out that possibility. It's entirely possible, but I mean, I think that'd be giving them too much credit. I think they just sort of like, they didn't think about it because it's just how normally.
I actually kind of respect that because it's kind of like through the lens of an action thriller. It's about like how the White House has gotten taken over by corrupt forces. Like, I mean, that's a completely stupid idea, but actually be kind of interesting.
It would be
instead of straight up action movie.
Yeah, but it's like how often would you see that sort of thing? And I think in this, like the case of this movie, right? They were probably just thinking, oh, okay, we got a black president now, so we're gonna make the president black in there, and it just so happens that in a lot of these action movies, it's usually a white dude.
Well, in Olympus Has Fallen, it's a white dude.
Yeah.
But Morgan Freeman plays like the black Speaker of the House.
Okay.
And so he temporarily becomes president.
Gotcha.
But he's not too smart in that one. But
they know Morgan Freeman. He's showing up more these days again.
Yeah, he just showed up in Oblivion
with Tom Cruise. And speaking of like people who were showing up, like what's the movie that we were talking about earlier? But I don't know, like John Goodman's showing up in a bunch of different crap again. He's been active. But yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna say that I'd be really thrilled to see this one. No, I'd be like, eh.
But yeah, the only thing this may be better than Olympus Has Fallen. Like, I'm not sure. I think it may has better special effects, so that might be. Because if you see the trailers for Olympus Has Fallen, it's a bad CGI scene. Did you?
I actively wasn't paying attention. You know, it's just like sort of be on, but I wasn't like, eh.
Yeah, it looks like a bad CGI scene. But yeah. So hopefully, White House Down maybe has better special effects and a better plot or something. But yeah, this one's by Roland Emmerich, who does a lot of disaster movies. Like what's the climate change one? You know what I'm talking about? The one where the climate change destroys the world and like.
Shit. It was something with tomorrow, right?
Yeah. The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's it. And he also did an Independence Day. So there's that. And they're actually talking about doing Independence Day 2.
Just no.
I used to watch the movie all the time, but
I'm saying, but I'm not at all interested to see a sequel to it, though. You know what I mean? And why did we? I think it was just because it was on. But yeah, okay. Let's go to the next one.
Lone Ranger. I think this could also be a big flop.
I think that's just a foredrawn conclusion.
July 3rd, and it actually had a gigantic budget.
That is unfortunate.
And they actually held up the movie for a bit. It has a budget of about over $200 million. And it's a Disney movie. And they're trying to make it in the same vein as Pirates of the Caribbean, trying to get that Pirates of the Caribbean money. So, you know, they have Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp's playing Tonto, and Armie Hammer is playing the Lone Ranger.
Still say it's a ridiculous name.
Armie Hammer from The Social Network. He played both twins. Played both of the Winklevi twins.
I kept on waiting to see that movie.
It's a decent movie.
That's what I keep on hearing.
It's a decent movie.
That's why I was at least curious. It just, never popped up.
I wouldn't go out of my way to see it, but if it was on TV...
Yeah, pretty much.
You can watch. It's a decent movie to watch. I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of it was lies in The Social Network, but it was an entertaining movie.
You don't think watching it on TV would ruin it? Like, nothing really to worry about, like, censorship-wise? Because sometimes censorship just fucks the whole thing up. Like, I can't watch Pulp Fiction on TV.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's that much cussing in it. Because it was more, like, about clever... Like you watch it for to get Mark Zuckerberg's like put downs.
Yeah.
And it's more like clever lines. It's written by Aaron Sorkin, who's famous for his like dialogue and stuff. And so you watch it more for the good dialogue.
Okay, well that's good then, because I feel like in some movies, right, when you censor whether it be for cussing or some scene, it just fucks the whole thing up. But if it's like not in there to begin with, I don't see that as being an issue. You know?
Yeah, I don't remember any important scenes with cussing. So it was more like, I wouldn't say the dialogue's tame. It's more like they didn't need to cuss for any reason.
Yeah, fair enough. But so Lone Ranger.
The trailers did nothing for me.
Yeah, if anything, I was a little offended.
You're offended by Johnny Depp playing Tonto?
Yes, but I mean that's either just because Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean, or it's some sort of commentary on the past and about like an Indian, or in this case Native American person who be played by a white guy. It's either that's intentional for that, or just the cash in. Either way, it's like, I'd have more respect for the former.
I'm gonna say I don't really have much problem with a white guy playing Tonto or anything. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because he's just wearing makeup. I don't think it's gonna be that big a deal. And if you're a good actor, you can pull it off. But
I suppose. But if nothing else, it's kind of like, oh, what?
Well, the only thing, Johnny Depp's probably the only hope to make this movie entertaining. Because if you look at what he did with Pirates of the Caribbean, he created the character of Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. And that kind of, that went out of control.
He created that personality, and that's the only reason people want to see those movies.
Oh my, so, okay, I gotta talk about real quick that we're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean. Have you ever seen, the video from the Lonely Island, Jack Sparrow?
No.
I gotta show you about that. It's with Michael Bolton. It's funny as shit. Okay, so you're not really excited about that one either, huh?
No, it looks very meh.
Yeah, like bland and yeah. All right.
All right, so then we have Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
July 12th. I'm not really sure about this one. Because it's about in the near future where soldiers are piloting giant robots and they're basically fighting giant monsters, like, you know, from the old Japanese movies like Godzilla and all those stuff. So, you know, they refer to them as kaiju. And so it's basically that, really. And, I guess monster fights are cool.
They are, and I mean, the giant robots that they're in, they look pretty slick. Like, I'm not gonna lie. They do. It's like, from a plot, I'm like, perspective, I mean, I guess it could have been worse, but it could be a lot better, too.
I think people are just going to see this for the monster fights.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's kind of like I want to see the first Transformers for it's like, you know what,
Transformers pretty much, and it's like, they really should have stopped at the first one, but, yeah.
Yeah, it's more like, the novelty of the first Transformers, watching Transformers fight, that was awesome. But
then it just wore off, and then you kind of, like, the more you think about the fights, the shittier you think they are, and they just kept on going and dragging out. But, like, with this, it'll probably be just a one-shot thing, you know?
Yeah, it's by Guillermo del Toro, who was going to originally direct the Hobbit, and he did stuff like Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, all artsy and all stuff.
And he did the original Hellboy. I think he did the Hellboy series, the original Hellboys, and Blade 2.
Yeah.
So
Could be interesting, but I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to see that one either, though. You know, but yeah, I wouldn't mind if it's just like sort of on in the background while I'm doing something on the computer. You know.
So the thing is, like, I'm not sure. It may be better to see in theaters just because you have like the surround sound.
Yeah,
and you have like the.
I get that, and that is cool. That is bitching. That is slick. But you'd also have to pay money. That's the catch.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for the reviews on this one.
Right. Because I probably would do better than that.
Then there's Red 2 on July 19th. Did you ever see the original Red movie?
I wasn't aware there was a Red one, to be honest. No.
Oh, okay, you didn't see the original Red?
Nope.
Okay, I saw this on DVD, and it's basically like, it was nothing too much. It had like Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, and Catherine Zeta-Jones was in the first one, I think. Helen Mirren. It's basically like, they were like old spies, and the CIA was trying to kill them because they knew too much.
Yeah.
You remember this? Okay.
I remember. I mean, I didn't like really see it, but yeah, I remember. And I mean,
yeah, they're making a sequel to that.
Okay, I don't know if it warranted a sequel, but whatever.
It was just alright. It was. Yeah. So yeah, that one's just gonna be a sequel to that, and it's gonna follow I think they're taking on nuclear scientists or something.
So your thoughts?
I really don't care. The first one was like okay, forgettable movie. I forgot about it until now. It's based on a comic book series.
Yeah.
I never read the
DC,
comic book series.
Yeah. Alright, and honestly, I don't know much about it, and the first one I just say, okay, it seems kind of interesting, but not bad. But I'm just gonna say this. Is like, I don't know, the cast doesn't seem bad, and I gotta say, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones, that's always a plus. And Mary Louise Parker, she's actually pretty hot too. But I don't think that's enough to sell a movie, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I think John Malkovich, if I remember correctly, he was kind of funny in the first one.
Yeah, okay.
And just in an insane way. And...
yeah. But, I mean, okay, right? So, the way I figure...
I think Morgan Freeman was actually in the first one. Hey, let me see.
Probably in, God, what is that, was Meryl Streep in it?
Yeah, he was in the first one.
Was she in it? Meryl Streep?
No. It was Helen Mirren was in it.
Oh, okay. So, it was some old lady. But, yeah. So, I figure... okay, the cast seems decent, the idea isn't bad, but it's like you need more than hot chicks and funny people to make a movie, because that's stuff that you can get anywhere. So, I don't know if it really warranted a sequel, but, see what happens.
Alright, then we have R.I.P.D. with Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds, and it's about a young cop who's shot dead, and he basically joins a team of undead cops who work at the Rest in Peace Department, aka RIPD, and they try to find who killed them and stop an undead invasion of Earth. And it's going to be released on July 19th.
Now, why would you tell all the people out there that the title of this movie was RIPD when it is clearly Men in Black 4? I mean, why would you lie to them? What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're completely ripping off Men in Black. Like even to
Shamelessly,
the aesthetic of the Men in Black headquarters, where it's like white and stuff.
Yeah.
You see like the Afterlife department or whatever. It looked completely like the Men in Black thing.
Like, it's shameless is what that is.
To the old Tommy Lee Jones partner, to the I'm the young up and comer who's shocked at all the crazy alien stuff. It's ridiculous.
And you know what they chose? They're like, we need a crazy older guy. Okay, Jeff Bridges work. It's like, if we don't, like, if Will Smith doesn't want to do this, if we catch Ryan Reynolds, you think people won't notice that this is a shameless ripoff? They might not.
It's actually based on a comic book series.
That doesn't help.
But I don't know, actually, like, if the movie's similar to the comic book or not, but...
So it could be an adaptation or, different interpretation of a series that does seem like a ripoff of another series. Like, way to go.
Yeah, so I don't know actually how similar the R.I.P.D. series is to Men in Black.
It might be different. But in either case, does anything about this movie actually grab your attention?
No. I think it's going to be a flop, and no one really cares about it.
And it's like, okay, right? R.I.P.D. actually does sound kind of interesting, but when you actually get to what that stands for, it's like, oh, come on.
And this is another movie starring Mary Louise Parker, so she's having quite the summer.
Go her. Again, that's not enough to save the movie. Although it's like, if you did see it, you'd be like, okay, well, at least I got to see her in it.